Snowy conditions before kickoff provided the perfect backdrop for a Commanders team out for blood.
Quinn's message today was snowing earlier, so we wanted to see blood in the snow. We wanted violence. That's what we wanted. So we went out there and played how we wanted to play. We had turnovers, takeaways, and we did our thing.
A matchup between two NFC East rivals, both starving for a win, turned into a long-awaited breakthrough for the Commanders.
It feels good to win. It's been a while for us to get a win. And so to come out and fight and pull this win out was good.
Answering the bell, the Commanders snapped the 8-game drought with a hard-fought 29-21 victory over the Giants.
Everybody has a role in the machine. The machine doesn't work if one piece doesn't work, right? So we all in tune with each other. Right? So because of that, we need to be all on the same page when it comes to competing to the last play, fight for your brother, all of those things that are important, standard. That's what it is.
7 key moments fueled the win. Impact plays on defense, a punt return for a touchdown, and a punishing dual running attack that bulldozed the Giants' defense for 144 yards.
Everybody. I feel like every single person, even on the sidelines, energy was good on the sidelines as well. So, yeah.
And to see those smiles, I see the smiles all over this locker room.
Yeah, man, the guys happy. Like I said before, it's not the way we want to see it go, but it just feels good to win. Honestly, in this league, it's tough every week. You never know how things will shake out. And just stick together as a team. Like I said, we went out there and execute, and we got it done.
Late drama? Absolutely. In the closing minutes, with the game uncomfortably tight and shades of not again looming, the Commanders this time stood tall, slamming the door shut and surviving the final push. Now, another NFC East test awaits. Bring on the Eagles. Plenty to unpack this week on Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus.
The man
is back, y'all.
We're back. Call your mama, call your daddy.
We're back and we're back.
We're back.
Tony McGee.
He's back, y'all.
We're back.
Tony McGee. Come on.
Tony McGee, Pro Football Plus. Tony McGee, Pro Football Plus. Tony McGee, Pro Football Plus. Tony McGee.
People don't know the real story of what happened.
It was an unbelievable series of events and an unbelievable time.
Their championship was taken away from them in 1969. We are living in their championship now.
50-some years later, good is coming from it. They are impacting state after state after state after state.
And we're going to show the world how to love.
Crystal City Sports Pub, located in the heart of National Landing, is ranked one of the top 20 sports bars in the country. We are open 365 days a year. Crystal City Sports Pub, with its laid-back atmosphere, is the place to be. We offer 3 levels, over 100 TVs, an 18-foot video wall, pool tables, 3 full bars featuring 11 beers on tap, an extensive menu, and super friendly staff. We offer on- and off-site catering and ample space to host private parties and gatherings. Come experience Crystal City Sports Pub. It is the place to be.
Welcome to Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus. Yes, I have a smile. No, it's not because the team is going to the playoffs. It's because they did have an opportunity to beat a team that was not good as them, and they did it. Now, we should be expecting that. But now we've gotten so a win is a win. When you lose 8, 9, 10 games in a row, you had and still had a slight opportunity. Then you lose 2 overtimes. It's been a hard year for this team. But I tell you what, one thing that we were able to see on Sunday, they do have some young individuals, if they're trained correctly. And if you look at that game, young players on special teams, young players on the offensive line, young players on the defensive line, all of them contribute. And that's what I like. Not all of them, but they did a very good job. But I'm still going back to the fact, and I'm gonna introduce my guests that I have. I don't have any guests. That's right. Big Cool G will be in a little while. Then we're going to try to get Sean Springs in. But let's start with Donna Hocker. She was in the middle of the fire. Don, what was the feel that they did win the game? It was a good feeling, even though they know they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, Tony, finally this team gets back on the winning track after 8 straight losses. So you saw a lot of happy faces in the locker room. Earlier today, Tony, I just want to throw this in. Coach Quinn said that Jayden Daniels will be shut down for the remainder of the season. He has not cleared protocol. A lot of things went into that decision as far as not to play him for the rest of the season. Of course, he was disappointed that he's not going to be playing, but he said that he still wants to practice with the team to support Marcus Mariota. I said that right because I was saying his last name wrong. But Tony, again, when you look at this Commanders team, they got back to doing what they should have been a long time ago, and that is running the football, something that they had got away. I go back to that game the other week against the Vikings when they were 3 times inside the 1 and they didn't run the ball for possibly a touchdown, but they ran the ball this time. Rodriguez was out with a growing injury, and so Bill Krosky-Merritt came in and did a fantastic job, and Jeremy McNichols also. But Tony, they struggled still. It's some mistakes that they have to clean up. Penalties was killing them. I think they had 11, but at the end of the game, we almost said, this team may lose again. But Tony, let me let you bring in the other people before I throw it to a happy locker room that we've been dying to see, Tony, desperate to see, starving to see, Tony, for a long time.
Well, I tell you what, let's don't go hungry waiting for the next one. And let's start talking a little bit about the defense. Solomon, did you see an improvement on the defense this week? Did you see something, even though people will say you should have done this against this team? What did you see this week that made you feel good? What did you see with this defense that made you feel bad?
Look here. It's a young lady named Young Girl. Lillian McGee would say, if you can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. But I'm going to go on and stick with Grandma. I'm just happy with the win. I could analyze a lot of things right now, but I feel like that'll get fixed during the offseason. Like some things that were definitely some key pieces that we're missing to make it to the next level. And like Donna said, it was a couple of things that a couple of defensive mishaps and offensive mishaps that could have costed that game. But I feel like it was a good win, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to pick nobody apart, and I just feel like that'll get addressed during the offseason.
And you know, Mike, now I come to you because we looked at special team. We always said that all facets of the team have to contribute to a win. And did you not see on Sunday some of these young boys did step up, and they did play well? It was refreshing to me that even though the Giants were not that good, that we could see this team finally perform the way we thought they could.
I have to be honest with you, Tony. I was really disappointed in the Giants because, they got
disappointed.
I really was, because they have a pretty stout defensive lineup there. And I expected a lot more out of Jackson Dart. He really did look like a rookie. But I wanted to go back to what you guys were talking about, and that is I'd love to know why it took the coach all this time to bring Mikey Sangstill back to the outside. And, if he got a pick, and he played very well there last year. I mean, they went all the way to the championship game with him outside. I don't know what they were thinking moving. I know it's his true position to be the inside corner, but outside, you put him next year with Trey Amos, you've got 2 really, really, really good corners. And then, but I want to talk about somebody that the play-by-play guy talked about, and that's Antonio Hamilton Jr. I mean, I think he's a real keeper for next year. These guys are 10-year vets, Tony, but they've stayed healthy. They've stepped up. You've got Eddie Goldman, that defensive tackle. We really love him. Now, Jonathan Jones got hurt, and that's why Hamilton stepped up. But I really liked him, too. So you've got 3 10-year vets that, you can probably play this the veteran minimum next year, and there's some really good backup players.
But that's just not what
you might have a place kicker, and I know Donna's going to argue with me because she missed the extra point.
Definitely, but Tony, I want you to. Sean Springs has joined us also.
Yeah,
hey, Sean Springs, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you guys?
How you guys doing?
Good. I just want to ask you this in front of people. I had you on my show 19 years ago, and you haven't come back. What's up with it, man? Were you mad or what?
I was on your show 19 years ago. How old was I?
remembers that.
Yes, sir. You sure were.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, brother. I need to come back more, man. I apologize for that.
You're going to work that out.
Lockdown, number 24, lockdown right there.
That's a lockdown.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to jump to you right quick. My son said, you're one of the best defensive backs we had. What do you see with this group of defensive backs we have now? Improvement-wise or negatively?
Well, coming to the year, I was pretty high on that group. Obviously, I had a chance to see, them in camp, and Mikey was going into year 2. I thought he would be much improved. And then you had first round pick Trey Thomas. We had, first round pick that was special, adding Will Harris, Hamilton Jones from the Patriots, who's a lockdown corner. So I was pretty high on that group early. And I think, to be fair, a lot of it is they hadn't played well. At times they played pretty well, and then at times they didn't. And I don't know if it's just all on them, because coverage and front go together, right? So sometimes you need pass rush to help out the front. Sometimes you got to have good coverage to help out the pass rush. And, with losing guys early, like Armstrong and different guys, our pass rush wasn't consistent. At times, I think we kind of didn't play in sync. Obviously, injuries hurt us this year with Will going out early and Trey and all those guys. So, to be fair, I think they underperformed what I was expecting at the start of the season in camp. But I do believe the upside is tremendous going forward for this group.
And that's interesting. He would say that, Donna. And you watch it from the beginning. You watch it when they were 3-2, and we thought they were going to do better. Now you're looking at them when they've lost 8 in a row and finally come back and win a game. What do you see, Donna? Do you see them having that same kind of thought process that they had when they were 3-2 now, or are they just trying to get the season over? Because I know at this time of the year, Sean knew I am, and Solomon do too. A lot of times, players have their cars backed up to the stadium because all they're looking to do is leave.
No, Tony, not this team. I think that what I saw in the locker room on Sunday after that game, and what I've seen during the week in the game and everything, this team wants to win. They want to get better. It just has not materialized for whatever reason. I was talking to some of the defensive coaches to try to figure out, one week they're doing stuff right, the next week they go back to old ways, and hopefully that won't be the case as they finish up these final games, Tony. So to me, you want to play these last 3 games. You're playing divisional games. This is going to be a telltale against the Eagles twice and the Cowboys to finish on a strong note. A lot of things need to take place for this team to get better, Tony. And I think everybody needs to be assessed. But, Tony, as I say, how about us go into a winning locker room for a change? Jeremy, talk about just this win, this locker room, and just finally getting this W.
The W feels good, but I mean, there's a lot of thought of be honest with you, well, we couldn't do this earlier. I'm gonna be honest with you, it feels good to finally get in the win column, but then it just, the competitive nature of me is why couldn't we have been doing this? So it's a weird feeling. I'm happy to have a dub, but it's a weird dynamic. I don't know how to explain it for real. But I'm just glad that we did find a way to get the win, and that's we needed it, man. It's been however long it has, so it's nice to just get one under your belt.
Just talk about the play of this team overall, just from the running the ball, being able to run the ball today, just the way this team as a whole performed today to pull out this win.
Yeah, man, I feel like from start to finish, we were just doing our thing. I mean, especially on the O-line, we held it down, and obviously we set up some of those play passes, and Marcus took care of his job, and everyone I feel like we all, like Coach, DQ said, it was a brotherhood game, and I feel like we went out there and showed that. Defense played unreal. Special teams showed up when we needed them. there's big players all over the field.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of this team. You know, we fought very well all the way to the end. You know, it was a tough one, but we stuck it out to the end. You know, I'm proud of all the guys. You know, special teams, offense and defense, bro. We stuck this one out and got the win.
This locker room is a happy locker room. Just talk about the feeling here and just the message from Coach Quinn today.
Yeah, a winning locker room is a great locker room. You know, we haven't had one of those in a minute. And, you know, just to be able to have one of those winning locker room is amazing. It's a blessing. You know, and Quinn's message today was snowing earlier, so we wanted to see blood in the snow.
The thing we gotta do is get out here and get this win. And I came out and had a solid performance. This was actually my first time being back in MetLife since 2019. I played my last game here versus the Eagles, and I had a pretty similar game such as this, and I'm just thankful.
And what did you like out of this team as a whole? Because you had Jalen Lane, he returns one for a touchdown. You had the offense moving the ball, scoring, and then the defense. All pieces of this team contributed in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we preach every week. Complimentary ball, man. You got to win it in all three phases. Can't be one out of the three, two out of the three. Like, it's got to be all three complementing each other. And I think we did that today.
And Jordan McGee said that Coach Quinn said, hey, it's snowing out here, so that means blood.
Yeah, man, red snow. Red snow. I mean, it's a cold game. I mean, that's what you play for in December, so it was fun.
You know, it's been a while since we got a W, so, you know, we're definitely excited. And just want to keep trying to finish the season off on the right note.
I feel like for the longest, all we needed was one. Just get the bad taste out of your mouth. It's been a bad taste for a long time now. It was super fun to get one, and hopefully we can get it rolling for the rest of the season.
Hey, Javon, everybody was part of this on offense. You know, as far as the running game was clicking, special team Jalen Lane returns one back, defense holds them out. Talk about the overall play of this team.
Well, that's what it takes to win these ball games, man. When that momentum is swinging like that, man, it's in our favor. It's hard to lose these games. I feel like we just did a great job overall.
Jordan McGee said that Coach Quinn's message was, it's snowing a little bit. We're out for blood today, some blood in the snow.
Yeah, I think we got some, for sure.
You know what? I like that statement. We're going to take a quick break right now, but I heard them all mention blood in the snow. I'm more of a Michael Jackson, man. I want blood on the floor. And the dance floor is the Super Bowl. We'll be back in a moment. Now, it wasn't that we weren't hitting the spots when we were speaking, but we always have to go in and they kept talking about blood in the snow. Well, there's only one kind of cold I know. And I tell you what, it ain't Ice Cube, it's Ice G. We got Gary Clark to come in 2 weeks in a row. Hey, Sean, you think we can afford that kind of money, man, to have the G-Man? You know about the G-Man. G-Man, but you know what? Tell me what you saw with the receivers. And tell me what you like to see. Don't matter the win, because right now we're just evaluating. The win is a great win. They talking about a happy locker room. Come on, you ain't going to the playoffs. It's not happy. But at the same time, what did you see with these receivers?
Well, first of all, the win was important, of course. I mean, winning the football game. They didn't really throw the ball a lot, to be quite honest. You know, I mean, if you look at how many completions he had. You know, the most catches a receiver had is 3, I believe. I think that was Terry. Terry, it's nice to see Terry come back and have a good game as well. But I think the receivers, I mean, they came out and they did their job. You know, they weren't spectacular. You know, they came out and they did their job, and that's what you need to do to win sometimes, just to go out and do your job sometimes.
Well, you know, to me, one time we haven't talked about Michael as the offensive line, and we're going to hit them real quick. And then we'll get to defense. But Michael, I saw some improvement in offensive line. And the one thing I saw is they ran the ball. They got some guys that can run it. Now, we did question that a few weeks ago. We said, don't you need the bell cow? Well, they showed us on Sunday they can win with this group of people. But one thing, they still got to have a leader.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. You know what's really interesting in that game was when Jeremy Tunsil went out. The commentator said, boy, you can really see a difference in pass protection when he goes out. He's worth every dollar. And as Cliff Kingsbury said, he's going to get paid. He's definitely going to get paid. This is the one constant of the whole team. They've had some really good running games, and it seems to me they went away from it. I mean, if you think about it, every one of those linemen, once Cosby got back, they've all been together all season long. Nobody's had a sizable injury at all. Josh Connolly's coming along a little slower than I would have liked. I mean, he had a couple penalties yesterday, but he did fall on a fumble. And, a really good defensive end can turn him around. But I don't see anything but up next year. I mean, they were able to run the ball this year on and off better than they have in past years.
You said a good defensive end can turn them around?
I think a defensive end can definitely turn Josh Connolly around. Absolutely.
I'm going to work tomorrow. Okay, with that being said, Sean, I'm going to just ask you this real quickly. You look at this team and you look at the defense, and they made some big moves last year, and it didn't seem to work out this year. But do you agree last year when they got rid of the 3-4 number one draft choice on the front line, you as a defensive back, I know that you'd rather see them there, or is there improvement to see these guys here that do not have the same amount of talent, but they work harder?
I want both. I want talented and work hard.
I want it all. Tell them you want it all, Sean.
I want it all. I want, let me give y'all a great example about, yes, we lost the D tackles but you guys know how important it is. This team kind of reminds me of, and fans out there, don't be mad at me. You guys remember when Philly went on like that 5-game losing streak and everybody said it was over, and then the next year they drafted a D tackle out of Georgia named Jalen Carter.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, just like, whoa, Philly is unbelievable. I think that's what I kind of feel like we are missing that type of presence. I don't even know if it's out there in the draft because I haven't had a chance to go into detail on the draft yet. But when you're talking about where we could potentially land top 5 pick, depending on, where we are, if there's a guy out there, a Jalen Carter type player, a Will Anderson type player, with the pieces that we have in place, and what we'll continue to draft. I mean, we got some young corners. We got some safeties in place. Quan is pretty young. I don't know if we, what the free agents going to look like, but it seemed like we'd want to keep a lot of guys in place that we have. Bobby's a little long in the tooth, but we got McGee and some other guys. So there may be a guy out there along with Ken Law who's going to be here, and I don't know what's going to happen with Duran, but Endurance Armstrong. But there might be a guy out there that I believe could be that top 5 pick that could really just be a game changer for that defense.
But don't you look, and Solomon, I'm going to ask you this. That's a great point that Sean made. And that guy would be great to have. But with this team, do they not need to have 4 or 5 of those guys?
But right now, Pop, we penciled in for the number 6 pick. And I've been looking around right now, and it's not like Sean was saying, that's going to be a tough guy to find. But I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to just keep it 100. I thought my man Z Newton was going to be that guy. I watched him just tear some stuff up at the University of Illinois.
Solomon, he's a little on the size, though. He's a little on the size, though.
Thank you.
He's a little on the size.
Thank you, number 24. I was going to say that, Dad. He's wide, but he's short. Where this guy like Carter and them, they 6'4", 6'5". And when I say they are disruptors, I actually agree with number 24. We need a disruptor, somebody where even if we have, like you say, hard workers, he's going to make it where they'll show up just because they have to account for him. Like that kid that spit on Dak Prescott that game for Philly, that hurt them. Because Philly knew that was a disruptor. Having that kid out, Jalen Carter, that hurt them. So I agree with Sean Paz. We need, and right now, we penciled in right now with our record. And even if we win or lose, I think the next games, we penciled in to get the number 6 pick. That would be a tough find, but I'm like number 24, Pops. We need somebody I'm gonna bring up names. LeVar Arrington. I remember like when Sean and them were eating, when Daryl was on one side, Pop and Sean was on the other, they had number 56 they had to worry about.
Right.
So we need somebody like that name of a caliber of a disruptor, Pop. I agree with him.
Or Michael Parsons, that we ain't threw that in, who's out for the season with the ACL. So, I mean, if you throw him in, but Tony, if they get all the Armstrong back, Wise back, Devon Kinlaw, and just add two disruptive players on that defensive front, they'll be all right. But on the offensive side, they got to sign Laramie Tunsil back because he's had a solid game all season long.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you what I agree with everything you guys were saying, but at the same time, when I come back down and you got the first pick, I want to know what you are going to pick. One thing about it, you spoke about some players and they did play better, but at the same time, they just did the rudiments of doing the game. They didn't have that superstar quality yet. That's what you said they're looking for. But they need to go out and get some guys with that. Now you go to the wrong thing on the other side. Like Sean said, these guys in their 10 years or so, but they still playing well. Well, one thing, all of us guys that played a long time in football, basketball, and whatever you play in, you go to bed one night and you can play. You wake up the next morning, you can't stay. We'll be back in a moment.
Nice.
Hi, welcome home. It's Michelle Van Allen from Van Allen Real Estate. I am over 20 years experienced in this real estate game. We all know that right now this market takes an experienced agent to get you what you need. All of you sellers, if you're considering putting your house on the market, please give me a call. I'd be more than happy to sit down and talk to you to find out where you place in this market. Hey, you first-time home buyers, remember, right now is the perfect time. It's a buyer's market to get you into your first dream home. Hey, you investors, this is an amazing time to invest. If you ever thought about it, give me a call. We can talk about it. We can talk about specific properties that are on your radar and mine. Give me a call. I'd be more than happy to welcome you into the Van Allen Real Estate team. I look forward to talking to you soon.
You know, we've said a lot of things that we think this team needs, and Donna, you know, but to me, and I'm gonna jump to you after this, but I'm gonna go to Big Solomon because he's been in some situations. I can remember when he was in college and they were trying to win 1 or 2 games to get to the playoffs and stuff, and they didn't make it that year. But at the same time, they won some games people thought they weren't going to win. Solomon, can you see that scenario here? Whereas, what if they were to sweep these 3 teams? That was the psyche of everybody would be different then.
I'm gonna tell you what my father was referring to. My first year of learning about Division I ball, when you used to winning a lot of games and you go from winning a lot of games to only 10 games. So our whole thing was when we got to that point, I'm gonna be honest, we wanted to become haters. A hater's gonna mess your season up as good. So we didn't mind going against teams that were penciled in to keep going further because we knew, okay, if we could finish this out, not only just for the show that we are dogs, but let's hate on some people. Let's hate on Philadelphia. Let's hate on, I think Dallas already hated on themselves last night. Let's hate on Dallas. Let's hate on some of these teams that need this game in order to get into a wild card or get into a playoff scenario. So no, that was our mindset was, we know we are building for next year, but let's go on and make it interesting for these guys that we know they need this win.
Okay, I'm going to get
Solomon is funny. Wait a minute, Tony. It's funny that Solomon said that last week in the locker room. Von Miller has said, look, we're not going to the playoffs, but I'm going to make sure that I spoil it for everybody else. And Jacob Martin told me, he said, look, we're spoiling it so that not only will we be going to Cancun, but they'll be going to Cancun with us. So they're looking to basically be spoilers for Dallas not getting in, like Solomon said, they tripped over their own feet. And also the Philadelphia Eagles, who's had a rough time as of far also.
I'm going to ask you experts and give me short answers. Sean Spade, Dallas Cowboys, what do they need to do to beat that team? How can they beat that team? Quarterbacks playing well, running games coming a little bit. Defense will never be the same without their pass rusher. What can they do to beat that team?
I think they got to run the ball. I think you got to beat up Dallas's defense. The defense is awful. But the best defense can be ball control, not letting Dak and those guys get on the field. So we need to control the clock and control the ball by running the ball.
Gary, Philadelphia. You know what kind of team they have, but we also know something is going on in that locker room, and they are vulnerable at this time. What do they need to beat that Philadelphia team?
They need to come out and play football. I mean, they just haven't played football really until probably maybe the last game, but the last game was against the Giants, which, let's face it, they're the worst team in the league. So at the end of the day, they have to come out and root it for somebody who actually matters. The Giants are not going anywhere to start with. So let's root it for the next team that has something to win, has something to lose. And let's make sure that we come out there and play football the way that we know they can play football.
Now, Mike, you beat these guys one time. I mean, if you beat this Philadelphia team one out of these two games, what do they need if they got to win another one against them? Can they win 2 of 3 games against them at this time?
I don't know why, but I really think they have a great chance against Philadelphia this coming weekend. I think Dallas is pulling for them. I mean, Dallas is not totally out of it, but Philly has to take this game this weekend to clinch the division. So I don't know what it is, but I just have a feeling they're going to split with Philadelphia and they're going to knock off Philadelphia, and Dallas is going to come in here on Christmas Day, madder than you know what, trying to take us out. I don't know what it is, but there is something going on with the Eagles, and I can't begin to tell you.
There's something going on with you for you to say they got a chance to get in. Oh man, you know what that sounds like?
What's that?
They must be, because they must ain't, because they don't have a chance. Donna, let's go on to this. All the people, do they need right now to be in better condition? Are they the best they can be right now? And I know a lot of times players fall off at the end, but right now their condition is going to tell in these 3 games, only because the closeness of these games. Do you not think so?
Yeah, Tony, at this stage of the game and looking at this team out there at practice over the weeks and everything, conditioning is not the problem for this team. Okay. It's being consistent each week. And something that this team has not been is 1 week, like I said, they come out, smash mouth, all 3 phases is playing well, and then the next week they disappear. Now, this is the telltale this week against the Philadelphia Eagles, the team that we saw against the Denver Broncos and the team that we saw against the Giants. Like Gary said, they're not the best team, but guess what? They're still in the NFL, and the Commanders ended up beating them by a thread at the end. They made it interesting, but this team comes out and play like they should play. Like Sean Springs said, run the ball, run the ball. Let's stick with that, and this team has a chance against the Philadelphia Eagles, who right now is not playing their best ball.
Well, you know what? I thought the reason I brought that question up, I thought we may have to bring Ricky Evans in, especially for the next 3 weeks. What you think?
Hey, Tony, I agree 100% with you, because Ricky said to me, let's get back in shape after that Thanksgiving holiday. I'm back with Ricky because you all have been looking for Ricky's fitness workout. And now, Ricky, here we go. We're back at it again.
I got something for you today now. You're going to love it. It's going to hurt, but you're going to love it.
It's going to hurt. I already know. So, Ricky, let's get to it.
Let's get it. Here we go. Woo-hoo!
What am I supposed to get this up to?
You see. I tell you.
My legs already hurting.
Keep going. It's going to come up. You're at 19. I need 20. Give me. There we go. Let's stay at 20. 20. Okay. There you go. Is that too easy? Should I type?
No, it's not too easy.
Normally, when she's doing this, she's going to do all the quarters. I'm taking some of the slack for her because she's not ready for it. She's been gone a very long time. So I'm going to take quarter number 2 and quarter number 4. But normally she would do all of them. All right, here we go. Let's get it. And I always have music on to get me going, but I ain't got no darn music. So in my mind, I'm singing. So I'm at 25 right here. I'm at 26 right here. I'm at 27 right here. This is how we get down. Yeah. It'll come up. 48. Yeah, what's my heart rate? 124. 125. 126. What's that clock say down there? How much time I got?
9 seconds.
Woo! Woo, it's burning. You wanted this, you got it. Let's go. What are you doing?
I'm trying to.
Come on. You at 13.
Hey.
Okay. Keep going. Let's go. All right. That's all right.
He tried
Hey, she didn't want to tell me that
me.
she wanted to bite. I gave it to her. And I told her it was doing 40-20, 40-20. I told her that.
He tried to kill me on day 1.
Don't be trying to take no breaks.
Is that better? Come on. That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. Look at that, 26. I'm at 26, girl. What you thinking? What you talking about? That's what I do. I'm a Trojan, baby. And it's burning like crazy. Oh, 153. 155. What does that clock say?
6 seconds.
Come on. I'm at 25 right now. Come on. Woo! 21. It's 22. There you go. Stay right there.
Ow.
I tell you what, that was good, darling. So you did well, and I tell you what, we say conditioning, we say they need it, but at the same time, we bring a person on each week that made a living being in shape. And I ain't gonna say his name because that's all everybody think about. We just got a good trainer there. The things that he is showing you guys, take advantage of it. So, darling, we're gonna let you take this out and bring us back in because you know what? We got to get the challenge. It's getting close, darling. Did you pencil whoop anybody this week?
I personally didn't, Tony, but we got to take a break and then we'll come back in to do the sports challenge and our picks. Which
Jerry, you know why she got to take a break? She's gonna be changing the scores while we out. Okay, we'll be back.
in a minute. Looking for top-notch sports officials who know the game inside and out? The Greater Potomac Officials Association, GPOA, proudly serves the military community throughout our region, with nearly 90% of our officials being military retirees, active duty service members, or guardsmen. We bring unmatched discipline, professionalism, and integrity to every contest. From youth leads to adult alumni, our officials cover it all. Want to learn more about GPOA or bring our officials to your program? Contact owner and CEO Earl Teller III at 202-498-2032 or email him at gr8rpotomac@comcast.net.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
In Mad Mike's NFL news this week, the Packers got some good news. Wide receiver Christian Watson did not sustain a serious injury Sunday and might be back in time to play the Bears on Saturday. The Packers' Micah Parsons may have torn either an ACL or MCL Sunday. If you were watching the game, Micah seemed gassed and stood on the sideline getting oxygen, re-entered the game, and suffered a non-contact injury. Any correlation? Only professionals can surmise. The Jets fired defensive coordinator Steve Wilks Monday. I think surrendering 48 to Jacksonville may have done it. Passing game coordinator Chris Harris will be calling the defensive and offensive plays this week. Something tells me that this kind of mental chess match may turn out to be a good thing for the Jets. We'll see. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is out for the year with a torn ACL. The postseason ratings just took a major hit. As up and down as the Chiefs were this year, they were the #1 television draw. Additionally, the chance viewers could get a glimpse of Taylor Swift at home games was also a ratings boost. Don't get me wrong, the ratings will be there, but not like they would if Patrick Mahomes were in the mix. In perhaps one of his best games as a pro, that now makes 2 in a row after sitting out with a concussion, quarterback J.J. McCarthy held the ball low as he crossed the goal line and appeared to be doing the gritty dance, made popular by Justin Jefferson. Head coach Kevin O'Connell was not amused, and since Jefferson's numbers are off this season, many thought that was in poor taste. Not long after the score, McCarthy went over to Jefferson on the sideline to make sure things were okay between the two. Jefferson seemed to say sure, but there was a bit of disdain there. Now, don't get me wrong, Jefferson has been a total class act this season and is one of the most respected receivers in the league. But McCarthy, dude, grow up. By now, everyone knows the Phillip Rivers story and how he threw a touchdown and drove his team down the field for the go-ahead field goal against Seattle, the second best team in the NFC. 18 seconds can be a lifetime in the NFL, so it was not meant to be. The Colts are still in the playoff mix, but reality now sets in for the 44-year-old. The 49ers, the Jaguars, and Texans loom. With 2 of them, you could be in the postseason, Phillip. The Bills dined on New England clam chowder Sunday with crackers spelling out a W. Oh, be careful, Bills. The next graphic might be a stack of buffalo wings gnawed to the bone. If you watch Netflix's documentary, America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, you can't help but think that there's another shoe about to drop. Jerry and Jimmy have made up. Would Jimmy reunite with Jerry for one more round, if only on a consulting basis? The two have made magic together. Jerry wants a Super Bowl so badly he can taste it. Jimmy is bored and probably would welcome such a roundup. Dak has a $240 million contract. $231 is guaranteed. Would Jerry unload the rest of the contract to the Vikings or Falcons for some #1s? He's got the receivers, an all-pro tackle, a running game, 2 good coaches. America's Team needs a facelift. I say, why not? With all those ones he has now, and 2 more with a Prescott trade, he just needs to find the next Troy Aikman. Let Jimmy go find him.
Well, as you know, our favorite part of this show also is the Sports Challenge, so let's go right to it. Well, Tony, as you can see, leading is the Glory Days right now, 18-12. You've got Crystal City Pub and Crystal City Restaurant. Hey, Billy, all of you all are fighting out there. 17-13 each with Crystal City Pub, and then GPOA 14-16. Van Allen Real Estate 15-15. It's heating up. Everybody, the first 2 Glory Days and Sports Bar, Crystal City Pub took the Cowboys, Crystal City Restaurant, the Cowboys, and only GPA and Van Allen took the Vikings, and then the Steelers and the Dolphins played tonight. How do you all see that game? The Dolphins have suffered all year long. Is this the steel curtain against Chance? Tony, I'm gonna let you answer that right quick before we go to our picks.
Well, it's gonna be that we see Miami got a little life right now. When they get life, they get speed. But right now, the Steelers are desperate. The Steelers will win the game.
And again, Sports Bar Challenge is heating up. It's so close, Tony, but close also is our picks because Tony, Mike, and Solomon all went for the same teams, and they are all tied again this week at 44 and 26. I can't believe Gary that caught up with me at 42 and 28. But as you can see, our picks are close too. And if you look, the Rams, Packers, Bucks, Broncos, and Lions are playing, and the Bears. So this is going to be a good week. But Tony, let's come back to you. As you can see, exciting times for our picks and the Sports Challenge.
Our picks are going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. And when we finally win everything, we're going to ban Donna from picking anymore. So don't worry.
That is not going to happen.
But right now, we're going to do one thing. We've looked at this team. We broke this team down. But one thing we do know, this team got an opportunity to be good. They didn't shut the quarterback down soon enough, and we're glad they did. I want to thank Sean Springs for being here. I want to thank Gary Clark for keeping it cool. I want to thank Mike for having 5 wide. And the rest of the game, we had a good time. But next week, let's see if we come back and be happy. So until that time, we never say goodbye. We say in the minute.
Tony McGee's Pro Football Plus Speakers Bureau offers you various opportunities to connect with former and current players along with Tony and the crew. For more information, go to redmagplus.com Speakers Bureau.
I tell you what, when you're out there playing football, you want to know the man next to you is tough as you are more tough. When I met this young man right here, he was a guy from Alabama. I saw him running over people, led the team, a great receiver, and led the team in punt return. He got a name though. They started calling him the Alabama Buck. Ron Hill. Hey. Well, welcome to the show, my man.
Well, thank you, Gee. Thank you.
You know, Buck, you and I go back a long way, and I knew you was always tough. And I'm gonna tell this story in front of everybody, so if I'm not gonna blush about it, but this is when I knew you the real guy. I had a little girlfriend in school and everything, and she used to run around with short skirts on and everything. You say, hey man, you need to tell your girl how to dress. You remember that? You know what? I said, that's my man. Mm-hmm. But you know, I also remember you had come that year, you were a team player, waited your turn, became one of our best wide receivers. Then this happened. Tell me where you were on the 17th and what you felt when Eden dropped the bomb on us. How hard you had worked to prepare yourself. Now it was all snatched from you. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't snatched in the right way. It was the wrong way he did it. And he took away your career, your work, and tried to take away your life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't so much shocked by it because you understand, I'm from Bessemer, Alabama. And I had seen a lot of things coming up as a kid with different coaches. And to come to Wyoming was, it was really a new field for me, but I had been to junior college on the same similar culture as Wyoming. And I felt real different to hear what he said, because it's kind of like feeling, listen to a slave master talk to a slave. Mm-hmm. And I realized that was a part of America's slave master syndrome. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't too much shocked about it, because just being from the South, which is supposed to be so much different than the North or the West or the East. But you know, the problem with Lord Eden was he just displayed what the national level was about.
He
at
spoke
that,
for
at
the
that time.
masses.
Yeah, and we just realized it's just a part of that particular time when we were coming up. And plus, he didn't know my background either.
And you just said something I wanted to ask you, because when I took it as a personal affrontment from him. I took it as he didn't like me, because I did have a background of being, my father and my mother was in civil rights. And I think he knew that when he came. He never had a nice word for me. Even the game that I had 7 sacks in, he never said good game.
Ooh.
Now these people recruited you. Give me, and I'm trying to ask each player something different so our fans can get a whole feel of how all of us felt as a unit and how we felt as individuals. Eaton was supposed to be your head coach. Did you ever feel that he would treat us that way when you were working hard in the summer to get ready for the start of the season, when you was working hard to beat out that wide receiver, you was working hard to be the best punt returner? Did you ever have an inkling that that was the kind of man that you was working hard for?
Oh, definitely not, man. But you live and learn people like him. You live and learn people like him, because like I said, I met a lot of people like him, but he didn't faze me. What bothered me was 14 young men was put in a lost category, and because he had the power, he lied, cheated, and like so much politics goes on today, he's a part of that syndrome.
Well, I'm gonna ask you, you got the same problem I had. He's a part of that syndrome, but did you feel like, as I felt, the leader of the Black Student Alliance, Willie Black, who assured us that Colorado and different schools were there for us, and then when all of this came down, he kind of disappeared on it. Did you feel like he cheated us also?
I chose not to get into what's his name?
Willie Black.
Willie Black. I chose not to get into his head because I had a brother who's at the same level at Colorado University. He was in charge of Black Student Affairs and CU Extension downtown. And I kind of thought of my brother. I know my brother would never do that, because my brother, like I said, Eden didn't know my background. He didn't know what I had learned from my brother, who went to Tennessee State and worked tirelessly at nights and days while he was studying to become a music teacher, talking about going and segregating and segregating counters across Tennessee and Alabama. And he didn't know how I felt about stuff like that, or he needed to just be forthright about what he was trying to get us to do, but he didn't get us to do it. We got together and formed this union for ourselves and by ourselves.
Exactly, and I don't think he ever realized that. And he failed us, but you know what? He also did not define where we were going after that. And I always talk about this. You had a trial with the Chicago Bears, and I was there and saw it. And I don't never think that they gave you quite an opportunity. And after that trial, did you ever try to play football anywhere else?
No, because I think I told you the situation by me having to come, you getting me the opportunity to come there, is I didn't want to. You
gave yourself the opportunity.
Yeah. I didn't want to chase
because
ghosts.
You were that good, and you know that.
Yeah, I didn't want to chase ghosts. Okay. I mean, I had to move on and do something else, because
you told me that.
I met so many young men, even at my age at that time, and I still meet some young men now who think that they want to play the game of professional football, want to try out, but like the older people used to say, you got to think beyond that.
And then throughout your life, whatever you've done it well. Was this part of the thing that helped you to say, whatever I do, I'm going to do it well, and I'm going to try to be fair and right?
Most definitely, Guy. Most definitely, it made me strong. And through a lot of other things that happened in my life, made me strong. My family, my mother, my father. I had a lot of people backing me in times when I didn't have to worry about thinking who I was or what I was. I took that upon myself after a certain time in my life, finding out who I was, and I found out who I was. or what I was.
Well, you know what Eaton didn't realize, he thought he was tearing us down, but he was building us up.
Yeah.
We already had foundations that we would not have been there in the first place. And what you took is what he did to us and made your foundation even stronger.
That's right.
I see that today.
That's right.
I'm telling you, my brother, I haven't seen you since 1971, but it's like it was yesterday.
It's been a
I
while.
love you the way I love you then, I love you now.
I love you too,
Thank
my
you
brother.
for being the man that you are.
Thank you, Gee.
Ron Hill, number 81, Alabama Buff. Back in the moment.
You know, I hear that stuff, man.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
In the Minute with Tony and Donna. You can catch them weekly on their podcast, and you can also subscribe to their YouTube channel, In the Minute.